The Cubs win the series after dropping the first game against the Marlins and now head to Cincinnati for a big 3-game set starting Friday. But for today's Cubs Daily podcast, what I want to do is throw to our usual Loungin' with Levine segment where our guy, Bruce Levine, talks about everything that's on his mind, including the possibility of Pete Crow-Armstrong putting together a 40-40 season, which, if you told me that before the season started, I would have been dumbfounded he actually had a chance to do it, but here we are, and we are very excited for it. He'll also chat some bullpen and everything else that's on his mind. It's Elise, Menaker, Ryan, Sweeney, and Bruce. Let's do it.
This guy, Bruce Levine, yeah. So, you know what we're talking about?
Group
hug. Okay, so a 30-30 season. It is rare when you're looking at the Cubs and their history. One guy has done it 2 times, Sammy Sosa. This year, could the Cubs be looking at 2 guys to have a 30-30 season? Maybe even, if we really want to look, 40-40? I'm talking about Kyle Tucker and PCA.
Well, you know, it's going to depend a lot on how much more slug. So the one number that has been ignored is the fact that because Pete Crow-Armstrong is now hitting doubles and home runs, there's no chance for stolen bases, okay? So
now that's interesting.
It's deducted his ability to steal bases because it's not single, steal second, right? Now he's got a slugging percentage, you know, up there in the 500s. So it might cut him down from the stolen bases, and therefore the 30-30 might not be there. But it's interesting that both him and Tucker have the ability. Tucker has done it before. So I think there's that possibility. But I'm more interested maybe in the number, and that would be 20-20-20. There's only one man in the Cubs 20-20-20 club. 20 triples, 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases. Frank Schulte, also known as Wildfire, he didn't like when I called him that. 1911 for the Chicago Cubs. He was the MVP that year.
Where is PCA with triples right now?
That seems like a lot of triples.
He's at 3.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's quite a season.
Right.
Then he's really not stealing bases, so that's doubly impressive.
Right.
Yeah.
But the 30-30, you know, I think it's there for both of them, and that's pretty impressive. Again, because both of them slug so much, it might take away, you know, Ryan, from the fact that they're going to steal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to downplay what PCA has been able to do to hit the ball out of the ballpark, but I'm kind of on the flip side. I think realistically, like last year he had 27 bags. I think he can get to 30 bags this year for sure. I think for the home runs for me, I think it's going to be close. I think with Tucker has probably a better chance if he can stay healthy.
He almost has done it twice.
Exactly. That's why I was going to say, because he has hit 29 home runs and had 30 stolen bases, and then he did have 30 home runs and 25 stolen bases, I think, in 2022. Right. So I think if he can stay healthy, and for me, I don't really look, if you don't watch him every single day, I don't really look at Tucker as being a base stealer. Right? Like, I don't think like, hey, that guy's going to steal his bases, but he does. Yeah, it's crazy.
The other thing is this team continues to be the offensive juggernaut that it's been all year, leading in offense. They, you know, Council might not need them to steal that often. Might not want them to. Percentages are what managers look at. They want to look at 80%, 85% success level on stolen bases. That's a key.
Now looking at it, I think you make a good point, because I do still think that PCA can get 30 stolen bases, but you look like last night. When he does hit a single, somebody's in front of him, right? They got bases loaded. Like, because they are scoring so many runs, it's a good point that somebody's always on base, or I'm trying to drive this guy in. So he might not get as many stolen bases as whereas if he was just hitting singles.
Lineup placement also. So if he's going to lead off all year, you automatically have one of the best players in the National League behind you. Do you want to take the chance on stealing the base, or do you want to wait for Tucker to hit a double or a home run?
Well, I feel like the running is part of their identity. So I don't know if it's going to go away as much as you describe. Obviously, on the days where they hit like they did yesterday, which is, it's like, I want to say it's an anomaly, but not really with how their season is going now with 10 games of 10-plus runs. But the idea being, I think that's part of what gives their offense a boost, is they know that they don't need the long ball. It frees up their offense. If they need to, they can take the extra
It's going to be situational, Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, will he be leading off? Today he's batting fourth.
Yeah.
You know, where are you batting in the lineup? What is needed in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning?
Yeah.
Is it a stolen base, or is it to wait for somebody? If you hit a double, you're not stealing third, right? If you're Armstrong, you're waiting for the rest of the lineup to drive you in.
Someone who did slug and had 30 stolen bases, Sammy Sosa. So even though he could hit the long ball, he also could still get in his stolen. It's kind of interesting because maybe he's someone who you wouldn't initially think he'd be the guy.
Yeah, I love this gold 30-30 chain.
Yeah.
That was,
I feel like PCA could rock something like
remember
that.
the days where, I mean, I think it's coming back, right? Isn't the gold chain starting to come back now?
Yeah, I feel like just the necklaces and all
They kind of
jewelry in
banned them
general.
for a while, right? They said too much, but now I think marketing-wise, you know,
Are you
bring
saying
on
that
the-
you want
bring
a
on the
chain?
gold. I think for my segment.
Yeah.
I don't
Go
know.
tie,
I don't
go
know how they
chain.
play with those on. Like
I-
I remember, like even
totally.
just sliding head first. Like I mean, everybody's has earrings. I remember when
Yeah.
we would come in, the coach would be like, "Dude, you're not wearing earrings, right?" But now we got nose rings, we got earrings. It is what it is.
I want a 70-70.
77.
You figure out what the number is.
Yeah. Bruce, thank you. Always good to chat. I like the conversation that we had at the end.
Always great stuff from Bruce, Elise, and Ryan. It's a 5:40 first pitch Central Time on Friday in Cincinnati against the Reds and against Hunter Green, one of the best pitchers in all of the National League. Throws very hard. It will be a velocity test for one of the best lineups in baseball in the Chicago Cubs. We'll see who comes out on top. 3 games, a big 3 games in division here for the Cubs against the Reds, and we will talk to you in our pregame show, 4:30 Friday. We'll see you then.